What's going on, YouTube? I appreciate y'all checking out another video. Today we're going to be doing another point A to point B FSD drive from the house to the gym. It is 31 minutes, 24 miles. We are on 12.5.6.3, which is the newest FSD version there is out there. And we finally got it, so we're going to finally test it out to see if it's truly marvelous, amazingly zero disengagements with no user input or anything. A good stop, not a great acceleration from there. The little that I've driven it, which has been very little, only to go get food, the stop and go at stop signs was really great, to be honest with you. See how in here it stops a little further up, and it used to stop way further back and then ease up. Now it stops a little further up. As you can tell, my head is not jolting back, it's not getting thrown around. Very smooth. Wow. All right. I'm going to go ahead and timber it down a little bit to 38, just because, as I've said it before in several videos, this right here is a speed trap. These cops will get you if you're going over 40. Speed limit is 35. I do have the profile on hurry, which once it gets up to 55 miles per hour or more, it'll switch over to that FSD profile hurry, and it'll make more lane changes, go a lot faster, be more quickly than it normally is. I also have my profile to 10% off speed. I'm going to change that to 20. It comes on 40, but I find it that on 40 on 65 mile per hour zones it's going 85, and I don't like that, so I change it to 25, and I'll adjust it as I go. If I want it to go faster or slower, I don't mind that. But on major highways, yeah, it can go as fast as it wants. See how it approaches this stop sign a whole lot better, a lot smoother. The acceleration's a lot smoother as well too. That's one thing that I love about this 12.5.6.3 version, is that it's a lot better at stops and goes for sure. Yet to find out about when it has to reroute or change directions, and I haven't seen that yet, so I don't know how it performs. I got my sunglasses on. It still has attention monitoring active right now with the green little dot, so this is not bothering it, which is good. But we finally have a sunny, beautiful day without no chances of rain. It's either been raining or chances of rain, and it's rained later in the afternoons, but we finally have sunny skies, temperature's a little low, 55, so, but hey, better than rain. And I find it that FSD in stop sign situations like this, it always wants to be the more polite driver, where it'll let everybody go before it, even though it's not other people's turns, it'll still let them go. Whereas when it's trying to merge, it doesn't care. It'll cut people off. So it has two very different courtesy modes on stop signs and when it needs to let people, when it needs to merge in front of people. Now I'm getting this video out a little late, maybe a day or two late, just because I've been working days and nights at my job, doing some major upgrades to our equipment that I had to work days and nights, so I haven't been able to edit or post a video, or even a short. That's how busy I've been. So I apologize to the people that do watch my videos. See, those right back there, just my head just going back and perfect, smooth. And then I saw this tweet or this X post the other day where somebody said that FSD finally moved over for an emergency vehicle because it either heard it or saw it. I don't believe that's true. I believe that FSD did that because of what the traffic in front of it was doing. The traffic in front of it was pulling over to the side, and it also pulled over to the side. Maybe it had something to do with emergency vehicles, but I guarantee you that it didn't do that by itself if it didn't have any vehicles in front of it. Because you'll see up here, this vehicle will merge to the right, and Tesla would also merge to the right. Now, if this vehicle was not in front of me, it would have stayed on that turning lane and then moved over up here, right here. But because it saw other vehicles' behaviors, it said, oh, I'm gonna follow that vehicle. That's what I believe happened in that post on X, where he showed that the car moved over for an emergency vehicle. I don't believe it did it by itself. Now here, the problem here is that now it sees this vehicle staying in here instead of moving over. That's why it also stayed in here. And now it saw the vehicle do it. See, that was a perfect example of the car doing what other vehicles do in front of it. Because I have several videos on this channel where it will not, that one right there, it will never get it right if it's by itself. It'll stay in that turning lane. It has not done it right one time unless there was a vehicle in front of it. And you saw that vehicle stayed in it, so I figured it was gonna stay in it as well. But as soon as that vehicle moved over, it put its blinker and moved over as well. That was a perfect example, and I truly think that proves my point of Tesla follows other vehicles, lead, and that it's not yet ready for full self-drive unsupervised with emergency vehicles because it's not going to do it by itself. Now here's the big question coming up on the left blinking curve up here that it has gotten wrong several times. It's gotten it right. It got it twice, right 2 times in a row. We have a lot of traffic behind me and in front of me. With the newest FSD version, we'll see if this can do it perfectly. Let's find out. Okay, this is good right now because it always wants to put a blinker and move over to the furthest left lane there is. Nope, it stopped. I had to press the gas because it stopped, and there's a Chevy truck behind me and it had to emergency brake. I saw it. Dang it. Oof. So it went back a step because on 12.5.4.1 and 0.2 it did it correctly, and now on 0.6.3 it did not. I hate it because I wanted it to do it right. I technically did not disengage. I just pressed the gas. That is human intervention and interaction with the car, but I didn't disengage it, so I'm not going to count it as disengagement. But I hate that I had to press the gas on that. And see, it automatically knew the speed limit was 70, changed to the hurry profile, and here we go. This is the first time that I've seen it do multiple lane changes in a row to go faster. Usually when it used to get on this highway, freeway, whatever you want to call it, on the older versions, it would go 1, speed up. If it needed to, it would get over another one. It's never done 3 lane changes in a row. That was good. What's it, 3 or 2? 1, 2, 3. I think 3, yeah. Speed limit is 70. We're going 80. Perfectly fine on this road. I mean, we still get tickets, yeah, 100%, but you know, a lot of people don't. But got a big wreck up here, what it seems like, on the other side. Well, it don't look like a wreck. What are they doing? It's interesting. I figured that this would be a flawless FSD drive just because the day is great, clear skies, newest version of FSD. Unless somebody does something stupid or something happens, it should be a very hands-free, carefree drive to the gym. And I hate that I didn't post any sooner because, I mean, you know, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul's old news now. John Jones defending his title's old news now. So what do I have to talk about? You know, but the UFC fight in China that I didn't get to watch because it was at 2 a.m. in the morning. Main card was at 5 a.m. and coming that I worked all week, you know, my normal 8 to 5, and then I had to work nights from 10:30 p.m. to either 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and then our last night it was 6 a.m., which was Thursday night to wake up Friday, and then Friday I woke up around 10, got to work at 11, and then worked, you know, till my 5, 6 o'clock. There was no way that I was going to get up to watch that fight. There's no way. But I saw the highlights. The highlights look pretty, you know, it seems like it was a great card for sure. But y'all let me know what you think about the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. Do you think it was rigged? If there was a contract where it said that neither one of them could knock each other out? Because I've seen a lot of that on X where people are saying that there's clips where Mike Tyson could have really hit him with a right hook and knock him out, and vice versa. Jake could have got him too, but both of them kind of held back. Even though Jake says he held back, I personally think that he was trying to knock him out and he just could not get the knockout. But some people think, you know, there was a contract that said that neither one of them could knock each other out. So, and then the John Jones, man, John Jones. I remember watching him back in like 2007, 2008. Watching him fight. I remember that being in high school, or right out of high school, and he's been a favorite fighter of mine. And man, defending his heavyweight title against Stipe, and just the way he won that, being so dominant and choosing his punches and kicks, throwing them when he wanted, how he wanted them, it was pretty crazy to see. It was awesome. I'm glad he got that win. And of course, people on X, you know, how can you know, say he's awesome, the GOAT, and this and this, he's, you know, a woman abuser, he's, you know, a terrible person, and this and that. But I mean, at the end of the day, we don't have an all-seeing eye. We don't know what these people do. You don't know what I do. I don't know what you do. You know, so we can't be judging everybody out here. Might be true, might not be. Not for me to say. I'm focusing on the fighter, on the fight. It's a great fight. Not a lot of traffic here, but it has messed up here when it needs to merge over to the right and then get off of this turn off here. But right now there's not a lot of traffic, so I wouldn't figure it would have had any issues. Let's see how it wants to merge here. If it wants to slow down and let this person go by and then us get behind him, or is it going to try to cut him, get in there as soon as possible? Which it looks like that's what it's going to. Nope, that car is not letting us by. So yep, now the car sped up and we just stayed the same speed and they got behind it. What I feel like it could have done, it could have slowed down a little bit, let the car go by, and then got in behind it, but it wanted to get in front of it, so, but it ended up not doing it. 55, it's on max 66, whoop, whoop. It's on max 66, let's bump it up to 75. That Jeep's in a hurry. Last weekend we also went back to Corinth, Mississippi, which is about an hour and 40-minute drive from where we live, to visit friends that had a Friendsgiving. I haven't seen them in a while, so it's always fun to catch up with people you grew up with friends that you've known for a long time, and just, you know, hang out, spend some time together. On the way back, Kayla was driving because I was watching UFC on the way back on my iPad. And of course, I couldn't do that while driving. Dangerous. And FSD wouldn't let me. It would keep beeping at me. So Kayla was driving, we're on the way back, and we're on the back roads going home. And she was coming up to a stop sign. As the car was stopping, a car behind us, a Mustang, was just flying. And we couldn't tell that at the time. But all of a sudden, the car just took off and went onto the opposite lane of traffic. And then Kayla took control over it. Then we're like, what was that? And Kayla caught it on the rear view mirror and said that car was fixing to hit us. So when we got home, we checked the footage. I pressed the dash cam to save it. Checked out the footage, and you could tell where the car was coming around that curve super fast. And right before it got to us, Tesla just took off and avoided them hitting us if they were going to hit us. The question that I have is, how is it going to handle those situations if it notices that cars coming from left to the right, or if there was somebody on the other opposite lane that they got into? Would it let the car hit us? Would it move a little bit? Just so many questions of how it would handle that type of situation, you know? I mean, us as humans, I know that we probably wouldn't have seen that car, so we would have just ran from the back. But let's say that you were going to see that, you know, what you would have done if you would have moved, you know, further up, like what exactly would you have done? Because I don't know what Tesla would have done, you know, if there was multiple cars all around us. Interesting. Very interesting. It's always made sure that it was on the left two lanes going this direction. It's never gotten on this lane going this direction. Oh, is it taking the exit that I would take? Oh, it's taking the exit I would take. It's never done this before. Every time that I've made this video, I've said, hey, I'm gonna try to trick it and move over all the way to the right to take the lane that a human would take, which is this one, because it's less turns, less red lights, a lot easier. It's not necessarily any faster, it's just less stuff. And it did it by itself. I didn't have to tell it. It did it by itself. I don't know if it's a fluke or what. But this is pretty exciting for me because the GPS tells you to go that way on Apple, on Google, on what, you know, Tesla, whatever the fuck it's using. But me, because I know the roads, I know that this one is a much better route to take to the gym And I've always said I wish it would take that one, or I'm going to try to trick it and make it go that way, you know, put my signal all the way over there. And now 12.5.6.3 did it by itself. Is it a fluke? Might be. I don't know. Further testing is needed. But this is pretty exciting. I like this. I like this a lot. Small little victories. Small little victories in FSD, small little victories at work, in your personal life. That's what you have to be looking for. Small little victories. I hate when cars are speeding like that. You can just see them just swerving. Well, I mean, all right. You know, now, man, just, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, that, you know, it might seem low to you, but I mean, man, that just made my little morning, because I mean, that was pretty cool that it did that by itself, because this is what I would do, you know. That was cool. I'm excited about that. I'm happy. Oh, if it wasn't for that stinking yellow left curve, man, it's so far would have been flawless. God. Man. So close. Drive's not over yet. Let's see. But it's this way, it's very simple. It's a lot easier and less hectic than the other way. Autopilot navigation complete. Press accelerator to resume. Perfect. Well, guys, I appreciate y'all sticking around. If y'all did, another Tesla. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. Let us know what you like, don't like. And I don't know if I'm going to record on the way back home. I'll see how I feel, but sometimes on the way back from the gym, I like to just put the radio on if I'm not recording and just rock out. And YouTube doesn't like that. So, in case I don't see y'all, y'all have a great weekend, week, whenever you're watching this, and a great Thanksgiving. If I do not post a video before Thanksgiving, y'all have a wonderful Thanksgiving with your families. I appreciate y'all, and I hope everything works out for y'all guys. Thank you.